and welcome to this first lecture of this section on concept and hierarchy of strategies. In this module, we're going to help you understand the concept and hierarchy of strategies to help you formulate winning business strategy, model, and plan. And in this lecture, what you will learn is basically what is the concept of strategy, right? Ready for that? Wonderful. So what do you think is strategy? What is strategy? What do you define as strategy? Any thoughts? So there are a variety of definitions of strategy, and as they say, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm going to share with you many definitions, and you will get an idea of what is strategy from going around the elephant from six sides, right? So broadly, strategy basically tells you that if you are here today on the left-hand side and you have a vision or a destination where you want to reach, so you have a current state and you have a future state, you need to find a way to reach there, and that's what is called a strategy. And that strategy, there are various things in that. The strategy broadly includes a roadmap, a direction, and it could at a detailed level also includes the milestones. So that is one definition of strategy, which basically says that you are where you are today, you have a place where you want to reach, you have a goal, and you would find a way, a roadmap, and you figure out the milestone to reach there, and that is what a strategy is. There's another way to look at the strategy is it starts with you have a vision, which is what we said, a destination there. And to reach that, you figure out what is it that you need to do. And lastly, there's something called tactics, which is how would you do what you need to do. So that's another. So a strategy is a link between where you want to reach a vision and how you need to achieve that vision in smaller details. So it's the direction between the vision and the tactics, right? And we will take some of the examples of this. And one of the simple ways to look at this strategy was that Mahatma Gandhi wanted to get India the independence, right? So that was the destination. We were at that point of time a part of the British Empire. So where we were part of the British Empire and a destination to become an independent nation. And the strategy, you had various options. You could have done an armed revolt, you could have done a peaceful revolt, etc., etc. And his strategy was to do a non-cooperation and a peaceful movement against the British to achieve what he achieved, what we all could achieve. Let's look at another definition of strategy. The strategy starts with objectives, also called vision. Vision is a little different from objectives. So objectives are what we want to achieve, and therefore what we look at as strategy is how can we achieve the directions. And then we say, okay, the things that we need to do to get there, that is what the tactics is. And it all gets supported. Why do we do the tactics get supported? The reason for the right tactics is that they support the strategy. The reason for a good strategy is help you achieve the objective. So that's another way to look at the strategy. Another way to look at the strategy, and this is another good way you can look at that, is again it comes with where you are now on the left hand side and on the right hand side where you want to end up. And there are something in between that is standing up. In this previous example, where we were in before 1947 was as one of the states or one of the countries governed by the British Empire, and where we want to be was an independent nation, and the obstacle was the rule of British in India. So that is what stood in between. And what we need to do is find a course of action that can overcome that obstacle, what stands between where we are and where we want to reach. So it's a chosen path. It's a practice of figuring out the best way to get from here to there. Please remember the best way. Now, strategy is not simply the finding a cumbersome, hard, difficult to achieve, costly way, but a best strategy is one that gives you a best way to achieve that. Let's look at what strategy is not. So a strategy involves analysis of where we are now. It involves knowing our goals. It looks at outlines of the potential hurdle, guidance principles of how we will reach where we want to reach, and certain KPIs. So that's what strategy is. Strategy is not a funnel. It is not something that you will use to achieve the detailed goal. It's not your daily content plan. It's not your tone of voice document. It's not a to-do list, and it's not a short-lived tactic. And it's not a fluffy or vague thing. It's a very concrete course of action that you will take to achieve a goal, to reach from where you are today. So that's what a strategy is. So what do we do in the next module? So in the next modules, we will look at what are the different types of strategies and what are the hierarchy of strategies and what do they really mean. And we'll start with, at the top is the corporate strategy. Then we will look at business unit strategies, functional and departmental strategy. Right. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on concept and hierarchy of strategies. I hope you're beginning to learn something new, beginning to enjoy, and I look forward to see you again in the next lecture.